Top 10 Richest Musicians. With the musical world being better than ever, there is competition between artists for the top 10 richest positions. And better yet, it is always fun to see whether the list has changed. Well, it has drastically changed in the past year, as some people who were never on the list appeared. So, who remained, and who are the newcomers? Who are the top 10 richest musicians in the world? Without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Taylor Swift, $740 million. Starting from the bottom of the list, we have Taylor Swift. This talented singer got to start singing through local talent shows and fairs in her small hometown. When her parents discovered their daughter could sing so well, they moved the entire family to Nashville when she was just a teenager. It was when they were in Nashville that her demo was heard by Scott Borchetta, the man who would later help launch her career in music. Since then, she has released 10 studio albums, with many singles topping the charts. Even some of her albums have gone on to become quite popular, selling millions of copies. After that, Taylor tried her shot at Hollywood with a role in the 2010 movie Valentine's Day. She also graced various TV screens with guest appearances. Number 9. Celine Dion, $800 million. Coming in at number 9 is Ms. Dion, and it is not really a surprise. I mean, she is the wealthiest music artist in Canada of all time. Not only that, but she has also sold an insane 200 million records. She became even more famous after her smash hit on the Titanic soundtrack. And after that, she took the advantage, launched the popularity of auto-tune, for better or worse, and went on with that wave straight to the top 10 list. She has also released albums in French and English, won countless contests and awards, and has the record for the highest concert residency of all time. Right now, she can command about $500,000 per show in Las Vegas, thanks to her popularity and fame. And with that, let's do some math. She performed her 1,000th show in Las Vegas in 2016. Between 2011 and 2019, her Las Vegas residency has been seen by 1.74 million people, grossing almost $300 million. Interestingly, she is the youngest of 14 siblings, and she has also been honored with Canadian and French titles for her civilian merits and contributions. Now, she is to be addressed as Celine Dion, CCOQ. Number 8. Madonna, $850 million. Madonna has been in the game for quite some time, pumping out pop hits since the 80s and forward. She has experienced ups and downs like the industry has faced over the years. Alongside her musicianship, she has won the Golden Globe as an actress, author of several children's books, fashion designer, Maverick Records owner, and a series of health clubs. Her real wealth comes from her tireless touring, having played more live shows than any other female musician ever. This makes her the highest-grossing solo touring artist of all time. She is probably the hardest-working woman in show business and deserves a spot on this list. Interestingly, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, she is the best-selling female recording artist of all time. Number 7. Herb Alpert, $850 million. Herb Alpert and his trusty sidekicks, the Tijuana Brass Band, have released about 5 #1 albums and 28 total albums on the Billboard charts. He has also won other notable awards, such as 9 Grammys, 14 certified platinum albums, and 15 more gold albums. If that is not greatness, I don't know what it is. His total sales can be estimated at over 72 million worldwide. To top it off, he is the A in A&M Records, which contributes to his unbelievable riches. He sold the recording company in 1987 for a reported $500 million, along with his partner, Jerry Moss. They later sued for a breach of contract, which gave them an additional $200 million. Some of his other ventures include professional sculpting and a line of perfume, which he likens to music with its high notes and low notes. By the way, he is the only musician to appear as #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 as both a vocalist in 1968 and an instrumentalist, trumpet, in 1979. Quite fascinating. Number 6. Jimmy Buffett, $1 billion. Apart from being a musician, Jimmy Buffett has built an empire. This is what happens when you produce more than 30 albums worth of timeless hits, sell more than 20 million records worldwide, and establish a lifestyle brand that is a cocktail of resorts, merchandising, and radio. Margaritaville However, Buffett's most recent jump in net worth came in the wake of the successful launch of the Margaritaville retirement communities in 2017. Crowned a billionaire, Jimmy Buffett has gained a unique position in the entertainment industry over the past 5 decades. He switched from being a country artist to embodying the laid-back beach bum persona, turning him into a cult figure. This was a clever move that really paid off. This is living proof that mistakes can actually be stepping stones to success. After all, nobody can forget what happened with Big Rig. A fun fact about Jimmy is that he was once removed from a Miami Heat basketball game for cursing. However, he is also more than he claims to be because he is a licensed pilot and a best-selling author, having written 3 #1 bestsellers as listed in the New York Times. Number 5. Seen Puffy Combs, $1 billion. This man goes by many names: P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Diddy, Seen Combs, and Seen John, and the list goes on and on. Let's just say that this was a strategic way to market himself, and we could all learn a little something from it. He went beyond his recordings to operate his label, Bad Boy Entertainment. This label has been responsible for several great artists, such as the Notorious Big and Maze. His other successes include his Seen John clothing line, perfume line, and hit television show Making the Band on MTV. Just like many of the wealthiest people in the world, such as Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, Puff Daddy is also a college dropout, leaving a business major program. And ironically, Forbes listed Diddy as a top 40 entrepreneur under the age of 40 in 2002. Number 4. Paul McCartney, $1.2 billion. It would be pretty odd if a member of the Beatles, especially Paul McCartney, didn't appear on the list. He and John Lennon basically shared writing credits for their entire run, guaranteeing their continued riches forever. Tag on Paul's killer solo career, the band Wings, and collaborations with Michael Jackson, and most recently, Kanye West. And you've got a guy who's been a relevant pop icon since the early 60s. This multi-instrumentalist has written and co-written 32 songs that have reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. More than 2,200 artists and bands have remade Paul's song Yesterday, making it the most covered song of all time. Talk about royalties. He has also been knighted and honored in every way possible, musically or otherwise. It has been reported that he holds over 25,000 copyrights. He has even been recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records twice as the most honored composer and performer in music and the most successful songwriter ever. Number 3. Andrew Lloyd Webber, $1.25 billion. This is now the king. You may not know his name, but you have definitely heard his music. Broadway is almost synonymous with Webber, with him having penned the music for 20 of their greatest hits. Some of his best hits are The Phantom of the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar, Cats, Evita, Joseph, and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, School of Rock, and so on. What makes him even greater is that all these shows are still happening nightly worldwide, some even running for more than a decade straight. This greatly profits him from everything related to his products, including soundtracks, merchandise, film adaptations, and ticket sales. He also collects royalties from 2 songs that he wrote for none other than Elvis Presley. Number 2. Rihanna, $1.7 billion. Rihanna has been storming through the ranks over the past couple of years and reached the top for a few months. Being a self-made billionaire, a large portion of her wealth comes from her business ventures, the most famous being her beauty line, Fenty Beauty. She launched this company in 2017 alongside the French luxury group LVMH. She also has a lingerie company called Savage X Fenty. Riri has capitalized heavily on her huge social media presence to promote her brands. However, don't get fooled by her recent business successes. She has also been a great pop artist since her first hit song in 2005. And now, she is still one of the most streamed artists, even though she hasn't released an album in years. Interestingly, she is greatly celebrated in Barbados, where she was born and raised. In 2008, the Prime Minister of Barbados declared February 22 Rihanna Day, and even though it is not an official bank holiday, locals celebrate it every year, listening to her music. Number 1. Jay-Z, $2.5 billion. This is not your regular businessman. He has won a total of 19 Grammys, sold over 100 million records, and launched a successful clothing company, Rocawear, and a record label, Rockefeller Records. His most recent jump in net worth was thanks to yet another unbelievable business success, where he pocketed $750 million after the partial sale of his Deus estate cognac to Bacardi. He was also crowned a billionaire in 2019, having tripled his wealth in 4 years. With just a few more retirements and comebacks, he should continue climbing the billionaire list. By the way, he was once the president of Def Jam Recordings. He is also a licensed sports agent, working with his company, Roc Nation Sports. And there you have it, the top 10 musicians in the world. Who do you think we might have missed out? And also, who among them was your favorite musician? Comment down below. That's it. Leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Goodbye.